Good day and welcome back to the channel today. It's always beautiful to have you. Today we are going to discuss about a disease called Graves' disease. I will start this discussion by telling a story. There's a lady, her name was Jane, and she lived somewhere in a little village somewhere in England. And as she was living there, she was running through all her activities, doing all the things she normally does on a daily basis without any problem. Life was going fine for Jane. Then one morning, she started to feel something hot, like heat, from within her system, like a burning sensation in her stomach. And she wondered what the issue could be. Now, Jane, because she lived in a small city, decided to, visit a medicine man, somebody who's like a herbalist, and went to visit that man right in England there. And the man said that perhaps there were some evil spirits that were within her and that they were going to do some exorcisms for her, exorcism, sorry, to remove evil spirits from her. And after a while, they did what they wanted to do, but things didn't change. It didn't get any different. She started to feel worse and worse. And with time, she started to notice that her eyes were bulging out, really, really like bulging out of the sockets. So it reached a time when she could no more, carry out all her activities at home. And on a particular morning, she woke up and she collapsed, and then she had to be rushed to the hospital by relatives and friends. And when they got her to the hospital, they realized from the doctor's report that she was suffering from what we call Graves' disease. And so the question is, what is Graves' disease? Now, Graves' disease is a kind of disease that it's a disease that brings about what we call hyperthyroidism. So it's a disease in which the thyroid gland has gone into overdrive, is functioning way beyond its capacity, and it is, producing too much of the hormone called thyroxine. Now, thyroxine comes in one of two forms. There's what you call T3 and T4. There are different types of thyroxines, and they are produced by the thyroid gland, which is located somewhere in the neck here. And so this woman collapsed, and then want to look at what is Graves' disease. Graves' disease, like I said, is what we can also refer to as a form of hyperthyroidism. So it's a condition, a medical condition where the thyroid gland is overworking itself, and it overworks itself to the extent that it becomes a problem. And remember, we've been discussing about autoimmune diseases for a while. So Graves' disease is a type of autoimmune disease, and you have the overproduction of thyroxine due to the overstimulation of the thyroid gland. And this is quite a serious issue that a lot of people have suffered from. Some of the symptoms that you can see in Graves' disease include weight loss, rapid heartbeat, anxiety, sweating, mood swings, and then goiter. Goiter has, this condition where you see a growth on the neck region here. You see this bulging on the neck region, and it continues to bulge out and grow, and it's difficult to control. And you see this in people who suffer from hyperthyroidism. Graves' disease is a very, very serious disease. Now, the treatment for Graves' disease, sometimes there can be the use of different kinds of medication, and then there's regulation of lifestyle, there's regulation of diet, and many other conditions. But it's important to note that sometimes a surgical procedure has to be done to remove the goiter, and then by extension even remove some parts of the thyroid gland. Now, it's important to note that Graves' disease, like I said, is an autoimmune disease, and many a times this autoimmune disease occurs from the immune system attacking the cells of the body. But in the instance of Graves' disease, is what occurs is an overstimulation of the thyroid gland. So the thyroid gland continues to produce and produce and produce thyroxine due to being overstimulated by the immune system. This is a problem, and it's a part of autoimmune disease. Now, it's important to also look at some of the predisposing risk factors to Graves' disease, and some of them include gender, it includes stress, It includes infection, and then those who are smokers, primary smokers, especially those who smoke quite a lot of cigarettes or marijuana or whatever it is that they smoke. So these are issues that we see. Graves' disease is around. It's a very serious problem, but it's treatable with medications. It's treatable with medications, with lifestyle changes, and in the event that it progresses to a very extreme case, it can also be worked upon by treating it by surgical procedures. Thank you for listening to this. I hope you gained one or two things. We just finished discussing Graves' disease. Remember to like this channel. Remember to share our content, and you can drop questions or comments or topics that you want us, you suggest that we discuss. Do have a wonderful day.